Hey everyone, so it's another day, which means another budget clone retro gaming handheld to review, with this one being the R36S. The R36S is not only our second vertical handheld of the week, but also the second to use the RK3326 chipset. While we're looking at the box, it's worth pointing out that the box states that the device has both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which it unfortunately does not, which is a bit disappointing, but the R36S comes in clear purple, clear black or solid white in terms of colours, and comes in at around the $50 mark. Inside the colourful box, other than the handheld itself, we have a charging cable and a small user manual booklet. In terms of specs, the R36S has the same RK3326 chip than we featured before, so it will support up to some, but far from all, the Dreamcast catalogue. It has 1 gig of DDR3 RAM, a 3.5-inch IPS screen, which isn't too bad, just a single mono speaker, a 3500 mAh battery. It comes in at around 190 grams, as it doesn't have all the wireless chips weighing it down, and comes out of the box with ArcOS, which is a fantastic community-based firmware. Straight out of the box, the clear purple shell looks pretty good all in all. It's particularly clear, which makes for a pretty neat effect. On the right side of the device, we have volume controls and the microSD slot, which has a QC sticker over the top, which is a bit bizarre given that without the Wi-Fi, you'll either need to plug in a Wi-Fi stick or take the microSD card out to actually update ArcOS. So a QC sticker over the firmware SD is a bit of a weird choice here. Underneath, we've got 2 USB-C in and the headphone jack. On the left side, we have the power and reset button, as well as the second microSD slot. Unusually, there's nothing on top of the device, while on the front we've got a standard control scheme, including the switch style sticks and a function key. On the back we've got the crunchy horizontal trigger style shoulder buttons, which aren't raised or have any difference between them, which is a little unfortunate, but we do have a replaceable battery. So overall, the R36S shell design isn't too bad, but it does have a few niggles against it too. So in terms of controls, the R36S is okay. The switch-style joysticks press-in have an okay amount of range, despite being recessed, and don't get in the way of the D-pad focused control scheme. The face buttons would be okay, although, and thankfully it is very apparent due to the clear shell, the X and A as well as the Y and B buttons are joined together by a plastic brace. This makes the tension to the button very uneven, with a literal link between an opposing button that makes for a very unusual and uneven gameplay. This can of course be fixed by trimming the plastic, but out of the box it is a bit disappointing. The shoulder buttons are serviceable, but the lack of real distinction between the shoulder buttons themselves make for easy accidental presses without having a crab-like pincer grip to the back. The D-pad again is okay. It's raised a little bit higher than most, but drops almost into the shell, which due to the amount of travel results in a bit of a stiff and uneven D-pad. This can make for a lot of accidental inputs or misprecision, but isn't impacted enough for it to be a particularly bad D-pad, but just an okay one. So overall, the control scheme isn't too bad, but it isn't amazing either. So I'll cut to some gameplay now and come back at the end to summarise. In summary, the R36S isn't a bad handheld by any means, but it does have a few compromises with the controls and lack of wireless to bear in mind. That said, thanks to ArcOS, it's got some fantastic firmware and is available at a reasonable price, making for a fantastic gift or first retro gaming handheld, rather than a one and done handheld to rule them all. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching.